A YouTube filling the bring me up with the wee couple of videos. Sorry, the gap there. Get a big gap on the wall. Better. So I don't know why I picked this up the other day. It was sitting in the living room. Here's the Shocking Bird, the best guitar in the world. I was gonna say, is it better than the Corker? There you go. To be honest, I just picked it up off the wall there 2 seconds ago and just went, and it's pure amazing. I've not tried plugging it in yet. There's no way. It's only got one single coil pickup. It's made out of a joist, but it's got such a ring to it. It's unbelievable. Strings are rusty. It's just so. It's like almost. It's kind of getting almost as loud as the Teleacoustic was. Not plugged in. No, I was looking at it again. I've still got. When I was in China, there was a guy selling pickups. It was on the equivalent of Amazon. I think I paid £1.30 for a humbucker and a dog ear P90, a gold dog ear P90. I don't know, just fanning about just to see. So it's like something like that, £1.50 including postage, something stupid. So I've got a dog eared P90 which would fit quite nicely in the neck there. I've got a white Telecaster switch tip which would fit in the switch and it would go with the pickup and it would be pretty cool. So I keep checking it out because the thing is I can't put the P90 in and then take it back out again. And it is the reason this guitar's so good because there's nothing in it. There's literally one wire I added. So there's two wires coming off the pickup, the start and the end of the pickup. But the start of the coil is soldered to the base plate. So that's earth onto the thingy. So you've got the positive and the earth coming from the pickup. The earth, both of them go to the volume pot. And then one wire comes out the volume pot and goes to the one wire I added goes to the output jack, and then because the pot's earthed, it's bolted to a metal plate. So is the jack socket, so it only needs one wire connected to it. So less, is that what makes it sound the way it does? But it just seems very, very bright and amazing straight up. Maybe it's because, again, is it a telly? Somehow it is a telly. You get guitars, so I don't know what makes a guitar a telly, and this has it, even though it's Gibson scale length. It does have a telly bridge, and it's a kind of square, so for that it's a telly, well, an Esquire, I suppose, technically. But this pickup isn't even a telly pickup. It's when I bought my Washburn A10, the first one, been looking for one for years, found one cheap enough, bought it in a total state with a Caller on it and a P90 humbucker sized P90 pickup, so that's what they were called. But in below those pickups, I took the covers fell off at one point. I took them off to clean them. There was just one coil on a base plate, so that is a P90. Even though it's that size, that came out of one of your P90 humbucker sized P90 pickups. So magnet and round. So basically, I angle grinded the brass base plate that was on it to the shape of a Telecaster and put it in here, so that is actually basically part of the reason for that was just I like the idea of having a white telly pickup because you don't often see them. Tell my tuning up there, the tuners on it aren't fantastic, they're just cheapy ones, but I did put gold skulls on them. Also, I couldn't be bothered cutting the nut right and it was sticking, so I made a string butler, see the way the strings come straight over the bar. In that diamond, you can see all it is the ball end of a bass string with a screw through the middle of it, acting like a roller, so that the D and G strings go into the middle. But I have gigged this through like the Sovtek and the 3x12 and took it into the studio and it's fantastic, I think. I think I've actually got the clean. I don't know if it does clean. You've only got one knob. Maybe tune it. Not a good start. I mean, I thought it sounded, but I mean, to be fair, I don't remember ever playing this clean. That's where having like a That's where having the neck P90 would be lovely. And then that middle position between the two. So it's quite a powerful pickup. So maybe that's because it's the P90. I'm not getting the. I don't think I've ever tried to play this guitar clean before. I'm really not getting that single coily jangle. Talking about that rant I had about the Super 7 pickups. Doesn't apply to this. This is not a single coil pickup. Doesn't really sound like a telly, does it? Or does it? Should really have put better strings on it. But it's obviously, I'm talking about it. Oh, even just try the British out. Yeah, it's amazing how much it likes having a little bit of drive on it, but I think that's the same for kind of all overpowered pickup. So I don't want to measure it in case it turns out to be a really low resistance, because that's not really what the resistance implies. Ratius. It plays awful well. It does have one sound that's really good. It's really quite microphonic. It's actually kind of, maybe is that why I was enjoying playing the Flying V earlier on? It's a similar neck to the Flying V, well, it's possibly a Matsumoku built. It might be the same neck, basically. This always reminded me of my SG, but that might be because I painted the neck red, or did I paint it red because it reminded me of my SG? That might have been the case, or I might have just painted it red because red was the colour of the paint I had. I can't remember. It's got something. This is the ultimate punk guitar, from what I can gather. It's like the ultimate, if you really don't give a fuck, you do play a guitar made out of a joist and it looks like a Telecaster with one single coil pickup in it. It's not holding tune particularly well, but I mean, these strings are ancient and I've been bending it and playing it quite like a beast. I'm going to obviously have to try and I'm going to switch over onto the Corker. I don't. There's no way that this should even compete, and it's not like the person who made it cares. It's me. It's made the judgment. I made this, so out of shit. Let's be honest. This doesn't have any. None of the bits on this are worth any money. The neck was I got it out of my pal's bin because it was broken and he tried to fix it by setting hacksaw blades in it at an 80-degree angle. And it looked terrible, so I just took it out of his bin and then basically painted it so it does have hacksaw blades in the neck. The piece of wood was from the people next door when I was in Lindsay. We were getting an extension built, and I just went over the wall and said, "Grab that bit of wood." The builder was up here. Why? And I was like, I'm going to make a guitar out of it. He's like, aye, totally, there you go. And then I think about 3 hours later, I was out like that. Here, look, there's a guitar I made out of that bit of wood. Something like that. Oh, it sounds much better when it's in tune. See, I'm worried about putting that other pickup in. Am I going to lose that? Or is it? Is there's got to be an element of liberation where I don't have a choice. It's like, oh, should I be using this pickup? Should it be, which setting should I have? What should I have the tone set to? No choice. That's when you end up working out that, see, if you play here, sounds different than here. Nobody does that, I don't know why. This is a lead guitar machine. Now this is what people always go on about the, I suppose it kind of is a Les Paul Jr., really, isn't it? People, you always see people going up, oh, that liberation having the Les Paul Jr. that's just got this one P90, which is this has got, and then it's just, well, basically that's what I've got, apart from I don't have a tone control. So this definitely fits in my hand-built collection, even though, because I didn't make the neck, so not really hand built, but I did cut it out to take it. It does have a wee scoop there. This is just using the bits that I had lying about. It's through strung, not in a straight line, but why would you want it in a straight line? And this is there's where the Degu took some bites out of it. Unfinished. That's still, yeah, it doesn't need it. It does have preservative on it, so it won't rot. That's why it's kind of going a little bit darker. It's definitely it's almost the same colour as this t-shirt now. Never used to be that colour. It used to be almost white, because I never really did into it. It's just bare wood. I considered one time I was going to paint one of them with Bucky. I tried that. It didn't. It just going to make a Bucky caster with one of these. I tried, but like just literally painting it with Bucky, and it just evaporated and didn't do anything apart from make it a little bit slimy. I also tried to do the same thing with 2-stroke engine oil for a boat, because it smells pure amazing and it's got like a pure amazing dark turquoise colour. So I thought, and it's oil, so rubbed that oil into it, and it did kind of go green, but then it just pure stank of 2-stroke oil for a day, and then it all evaporated off, and then the blue just wiped off, and there was no point in it. So you can't do that. But I do like this guitar. I do remember having a bit of a shock when I took it into the studio one time in Cranking House. I was up here, yeah, I've got this guitar, and it was just up here. It was kind of a bit of a joke. I think I actually had another, I think I took 2 guitars with me, I just wanted to try it out, and I just ended up using it for the next few rehearsals until we did a gig with it. I was up here, I can do anything. Worked especially well on that, because I was the only guitarist in the band. So having lots of noise. That's the sound. Can the Corker do that, is the question. See, that does not sound like a bridge pickup or a Telecaster. It's got far too much oomph. This sounds like the way when people describe a Les Paul Jr. So I was wondering, has anyone ever taken see when you buy like the Warman ones or anything like that, the Wilkinson ones, and you take the cover off, is it just that size of, is that what this is? Are they all like that, or is it, because when I first thought, I was like, oh, it's like a fake one. I wanted the coil to be the size of a humbucker. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's more the type of magnet and the type of wire and the number of wraps that makes it a P90, not the fact that it's like a wider space, maybe. So I'm wondering if I stick the corker on and it's on the bridge pickup single coil, that's going to be as close as I'm going to get to it. I think it's going to be an awful lot more stratty for some reason. Yeah, this is not a bad mix up because this is a hardtail as well. So, see what difference that makes. So I'm thinking bridge pickup single coil. Bridge humbucker. It's almost exactly halfway in the middle, isn't it? Between the single coil. Because it does have the... This does have the brightness, but it's got more... Doesn't quite have the ooh in it. When you want the humbucker. Sounds much more grown up. Much more complex sound, you know, kind of, it's like if you don't know, if you went to a restaurant to buy your tone and you got, you know, like a chef to do it where you just put the exact right amount of garlic in and all that crap into the sauce, whereas that one you just open the jar, but it's a Marks and Spencer's jar. Okay, so to save actually. I wonder, do I want to put a neck pickup in that? I don't know. But this guitar is wonderful. What I did notice very much was when I was doing I assume I put that video up by now, comparing the wee Line 6 battery amp to the Roland Cube. I thought the wee Line 6 was kind of sounding alright. And then I plugged in the Roland Cube and I thought it sounded a lot better. And then I went back to the wee Line 6 and then I thought the Roland Cube sounded a lot better. So maybe this will just be going back to it and it'll just be like I've just been playing the best stuff, so it's just going to be shite. No, this still sounds wonderful. This has got like a square wave sound, like if you're into synthesizers. Like I would term that as a ooh. It's got a ooh to it. Really a lot higher. I'm not feeling any lack of bass in that. It does have a good bit of bite to it, but it's not weedy in any way. That's not a weedy sound. I wonder if this... The thing is that I'm saying, because this is obviously BC Rich inspired, as in I drew around my Mockingbird to get this bottom bit. it's it sounds right. That makes sense. It kind of in my head. It's as soon as I drew this shape, it was a cardboard box from, I can't remember what the cardboard box from, and I was like just drawing round guitar bodies on it because it was like I was going to throw it out. I was like, if I could do this, got a marker pen, and as soon as I drew around the Telecaster and the Mockingbird and I saw this, it was like, oh, that's exactly what I want, like a heavy metal telly. That's going to be fantastic. Oh, I can't wait to build that. I tried drawing around about 20 other different things, but nothing ever really looked as good as this. This is before I even built it, and then I obviously stuck the wood together so that it had this face in it. That's just a knot. And then I had gold telly hardware for about 10 years because you can't get rid of gold hardware. So I'll use that telly bridge. I think it's just a Chinese fakey thing, and a gold thing there, and then I bought gold skulls to put in the tuners and gold washers. So they're black tuners with gold washers, and even where it says Fresher on it. And I painted the neck red, and it's just worth a go making yourself a wee guitar. But there's too many things that make sense about it. It's like the fact it's got a Les Paul neck. Oh, yeah. Apart from it's better because it's bolt on, so it's got like a Gibson neck. Okay, and then it's got very much a Telecaster bridge. But listen, I'm arguing that that's a P90. I'm going to have to measure the ohms on it and see what it is, see if it sits in. I mean, single coil pickups are very rarely anything above 5, 6, something like that. I think those the Ibanez Blazer ones are 6 point something as hot as they get, and I think P90s can go right up to the 8. So just maybe have a look at that. But it sounds to me like the way it looks. It makes sense to me, like a Les Paul Jr. But I've got a bit of a bite to it. If it just looked like a telly, the body shape, I'm not sure it would be the same. That's got something to do with it. Makes it a bit more rock, but I don't want to be too rock. I'm willing to have like an Eagles beak or something like that. It's such an easy guitar to play. And it's like, you get good guitars, yeah, totally, but other ones are just dead easy to play. And is that why I like them? And then therefore I maybe work at them a bit more. And it doesn't have the best bits on it. It's probably not the best set up guitar I've got. It's just got something. Again, it's got a little bit of what that Gibson has. No, not Gibson, the Arbiter. It's like almost like it's got compression on it where all the notes are the same volume. And it's very forgiving, or is it only very forgiving because no matter how much you've played with guitars and stuff like that, you're still going, it's only got a single coil pickup, one, and not even a tone, just a volume control. It's like, what can you do? It's like, worrying about that? No, there's no need to worry about that. Also remember this one being particularly good with that Wii Delamo fuzz, which is even more so. But I think the Wii Delamo fuzz works really well for sort of tinky guitars, like your Sakai's and Dan Electro, stuff like that. Sound a bit crap. It's like, oh no, but it's got a unique sound. This one seems to like. Why does this one love it so much? But I have heard a few of my pals have actually bought that Delamo fuzz pedal, and they just said it's pure shite. It's like the one they had doesn't sound like your one. I think it's a lot to do with what amp it is and what it is you actually want to get out of it. So I mean, I've had quite a few fuzz pedals, the ones I just can't get on with. I gave back that Big Muff one because it didn't really do anything I wanted. Whereas that, even though that wee Delamo one's a cheap shiter, it's still good. I'm not sure this patch cable works, but it should. Just going for seeing what the horsepower in these pickups is. I think I might have stolen that off Foxy's guitar channel, so there's no way I can put that. You can see it anyway. So we're coming in at. It's going to be stupidly low, isn't it? Oh, okay. Something funny going on. It might be a pure insane. It flashed at 8.5, then it flashed at 9, something there. 8.5. So that's how. So I'm going to argue that makes it a P90 because I'm pretty sure that 8.5 is too hot for a normal pickup. I don't think your Texas specials and stuff like that. But then again, I think it's not necessarily down to how hot it is. It probably means it's a different resistance of wire. Is it the same wire you wrap around it to make a P90? But it definitely sounds in the P90 territory. There must be something to do with, like, a P90, obviously it's bigger than that, so that the wires are going to be further apart. That must affect the sound. Do you know what I mean? If the coil's that wide rather than being that wide, rather than being wrapped around that, it's wrapped around that. That must do something to do it. But maybe you can simulate that by using a slightly stronger magnet or a different shape magnet or something like that. I'm going back to, because I can't undo it, I'm going back to not want to put that P90 pickup in this. I'm not bored of the one sound that it's got, because it's really, okay, you've only got one sound, but that just means that you have to play it differently. And it really is. I mean, this thing's a glorious beast. I don't get J-Packs, I don't even get, I fucking getting that guy is Dave is building me bits of a guitar. I should have sent a picture of this. Can you make it look like that? It's basically going to be this. It's got it does have a humbucker in the neck. It's all proper handmade. It'll be like one of the J-Packs ones. I'm not sure what shape it is. It'll be a different shape. And he was asking us, I like the output jack on the top. And he's like, oh, do you want to on a side mounted one? And then he's bought like a fucking one of these, but there's got an extra knob hole. So like one of these that's longer, which I thought was pretty cool. To be honest, I would have been taking it without the tone pot. I'm a bit of a I don't really care about the tone, really. I don't think. I suppose it's one of those things. If it's there, it's like I'm slowly moving on to like on a PJ setup on a bass. I would rather have a PJ than a P, just in case. Even though I don't think I'm ever really going to use it, but I suppose it's what happens if your pickup breaks. Oh, sorry, I've got the other pickup, but at least you continue going. So even going that way, I mean, that's your thing about not that pickups break very often, but I mean, there's part of that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like if pickups broke more often, I would have a secondary one, because I would much rather try and continue on with the rest of the song only using the other pickup, like only using the bridge or only using the neck, than have to stop and borrow a guitar off somebody. You know what I mean? And the same with the bass. It's like, oh no, the bass pickup's cutting out. That would be a good plan with the wiring I put in the Billy Sheehan guitar. It was an RBX, Yamaha RBX J-Packs, and it had an extra output on the front. There you go. It's a safety device. That means if you snap the output, someone stands on your leads, or the pickup breaks, or the volume pot breaks, you can just go into the front and you've got a jazz bass pickup. You can just plug that into your amp and you're off. You can still play. Okay, you're not using the P bass pickup, but you've got the jazz bass pickup. That's all you need to keep yourself going. So it's like having a spare output jack as well. So yeah, totally do that. There's another one of these. that I've never finished. When I cut it out, I cut out two. One of them got made into a guitar. The other one, actually, the wee red bass. I've been on the search for a short scale bass neck for years since I built this. The one that fits on this. I do have a Washburn Force neck, which is spare because I bought it. I shouldn't have. The neck was all split, but I've got a Washburn Force neck, which would be awesome. This is also a Toblerone triangle neck, but you know there is room to get it on, you know, with a. But the thing is, it's got this bit because it's a Washburn, so it needs to have a scratch plate, and I can't just bolt it on there. It's got to get the full length. So that's kind of why I haven't used that. But that's the wee red bass was going to be that. I thought that neck for that would be fantastic. So a 30-inch neck like that with Encore would just have been smashing on the bass version of one of these, which I'm going to make at some point. But it's not just because I made it. I like it. Everyone who's had a shot of this is just going, fuck's sake. How did that happen? Kind of thing. As you look at it, you go, no. It's like, what is it? It's a joist. It looks like a joist. It is a joist. What? It's like, but it's all lumpy, and it's like, yeah. It's like no, it's nothing's expensive. It's all shite. Like, yeah. Why then? Why is this? Why is this? Why does it happen? It just contains rock. Another half-hour video. Rock on.